So now we will continue. We will see how do you do two-way communication using UDP, datagram, socket, and packet. Now, what we saw now is you have an I over here, you send it over to your server. Okay, that was just one-way communication. Okay, from client to server, you sent the data. Now, what am I planning to do? I am planning to do a two-way communication. Okay, from the client, you will have to send to the server, and from the server, you have to send it back to the client. So this is what I have in my mind, and that is exactly what you call two-way communication. Two-way communication. Hope you remember in TCP/IP, that is what you call a chatting kind of a thing. Okay, so now let us see how you can do two-way communication using UDP. I'll just make all these codes together so that I can save space. Okay, I'll just even make these things together so that you can see everything in a single go. Okay, so now with this much, I am done with a one-way communication. From my client, I send to the server. Now what do I want to do? Okay, let's say you got a result called 100, not 100, you got a result called 144 over here, right? Now, this 144, I need to send it back over here. Okay, now let's see, how do you send this 144 back to your client? Okay, so I'll just leave a few spaces and type it over here. Okay, now, just as we told earlier, if you want to send something, through the UDP protocol, you should have it in a packet with the address. Okay, so let's say I'm planning to have a packet called DP1. DP1 consists my 144, and through my datagram socket, I am planning to send my DP1. This is what I am planning to do. Okay, I have 144. I have a new pen with me. Okay, I need to wrap up this pen, bundle up this pen in a packet, and then I need to send it across in my DS. I anyway have a DS over here. I have created a socket over here, 236. The same socket, my same machine, localhost, I am planning to send it this side. Okay, so let me first create my packet. Now, how do you create a packet? How many arguments should you have, Afrina? To create a packet, how many arguments should you have? You should be having 4 arguments, because you are planning to send it from here. Now this is your client part. Okay, even though this is my server part, I am sending from here. So in the sending part, earlier we had only one sending part, one receiving part. Okay, now your receiving part is even acting as the sender part. Okay, so I can say this is the sender part. The sender part, as usual, should have 4 arguments. Okay, sender part should have how many arguments, Hiruniza? The sender part should have 4 arguments. Okay, this was the receiving part. That is why here I had, this was the receiving, so I had 2 arguments. Here it was sender, 4 arguments. Okay, so let me fill up my 4 arguments. Okay, I need a byte array, I need byte array length, I need an ILH, I even need a 236. So what I'll do is, because I'm lazy to type, I'll just copy this whole thing over here. I'll put it over here. Okay, I need a byte array. I'll just rename it. This is B1. So I'll rename this as B2. Okay, I'm creating a new array B2. Not value of I am planning to pass the result. So I will write over here result. Okay, I've converted into a string. I've got the byte array. Okay, the same local host. Now I will fill up my datagram packet. Now, Afrina, tell me argument by argument. What all will be my arguments over here?
Byte array.
Byte array. Okay, tell me the variables. I need three.
B2.
Yeah, perfect. B2, comma. What is my second argument?
Byte array length.
Okay, tell me what is that?
B2 dot
B2 dot
length.
length. Okay. What is my third argument?
Third
My third
argument.
argument.
inet address.
inet address. Okay, tell me what is that? Which variable do I have it? Okay, my local host, which can tell me what is my local host address?
Local host.
ILH, right?
Yes.
Okay, ILH, and you know what I can do is I can use the same port number 236. Okay, or else we can do something. The same port number through which you send DP, we will have it, so that we need not write numbers. Otherwise, you know, every time I change it 237, I need to even change it over here. So I'll just simply write over here dp.getPort. So whichever port the first packet is using, I'll be using the same port. Okay, so I have created a DP1, and now I am sending my DP1 to my server. Okay, so that's it. Okay, now all what I've done is I've created one more packet called DP1. I've got 4 arguments. I've created a new array, B2. Why B2? I already have a B1 over here, so I created a B2. What will B2 have? B2 will be the byte array of result. This result, I am passing it over here. Okay, now my server part is over. So all what I've done is I've got 12. I passed 12 over here. I've got 144. That 144, I am transferring it back to this side. I am doing a two-way communication. Now, what should my client part do now? Client now is my receiving portion. Okay, just as you know, this was now my sender portion. Okay, earlier what happened? Earlier, this was my sending portion, and this was my, it's two-way communication. That's why I forget my spellings. Receiving portion. Okay, and now this is my receiving portion. Now, how do you receive data? Tell me, how do you receive data?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what I'm doing now is, I'll do it once again. I need to receive it. Okay, so I'll write ds.receive. ds.receive. What am I planning to write? Receive. I'm planning to receive the same DP1 over here. Okay, now you're planning to receive your DP1. You need to create a DP1. I'll just take the same thing over here. Control C, Control V. You need to create a DP1. Because it is the receiving end, I will need only 2 arguments. Okay, so I'll create a random array. I could have copied even that array part. Just create an array. Control C, Control V, B1. Okay, byte B1 is equal to new byte 1024, a random thing. I'll have 2 arguments. So which are the 2 arguments? The first one is my byte array, and the second one is my byte array length. Byte array length, B1 dot length. So I have now received my packet. Rename DP. Okay. Oh, I already have a DP over here. I'll just rename it DP1. Okay, looks good. Okay, now I have received a DP. Now you have all these same problems happening. You have these same problems happening because, you know, you receive it as a string. You need to convert it to a number. Okay, so I'll write the same code over here. I need to convert it. I've received my DP. Okay, I got my data. After I getting my data, I need to convert it Okay. See, conversion is not needed if you directly want to print it. Anyway, I'll just have it. I'll just have all these code because, okay, the result at the client side. Okay, the client side is result. I'll just save my programs. Okay, now all what I've done is I've received the packet. I simply can't receive the packet. I should create the packet. So I created the packet because it is the receiver end. I need only 2 arguments. So I've written.
Ma'am.
Okay. It wasn't result because it was a copy paste. I just gave it a random variable called R, and this is DP1. Okay. So all what I've done over here is I've received DP1. Now to create it at the receiving end, now my client is the receiving end because it is a two-way. And only 2 arguments, a byte array and the byte array length. I created a random byte array. I've done a few conversions. And now I have my result displayed. So I'll just save my program. I'll save both my programs. I'll just give a random number. Let's say 240. I'll save it. Here also I will give 240. I'll save it. Okay, I'll just add up one more console. I've added up one more console. Now let's run our program. As usual, you will run the server side first. Both saved, yeah. I will run the server side first. Okay, let's wait. Okay, now I will run my client side. Now I will run my client side. Okay, the result at the client side, it is 144. Now, let me run my server side. My server side, let me run my program. Okay, in my server, it is 144. And I'll just do a bit of mischief over here. Int R. Okay, let's say int R new is equal to R plus 10. The new result is R new. Okay, I'll just change it. So that you can get to know the exact differences. Now I'll run my server again. Let's wait. Okay, I'll run my client. Okay. So I did have a two-way communication happening. Okay, so I'll take my server portion over here. UDP server. Okay, so in my server portion, all what I'm getting is the num and the result. The number server is, the result server is. Okay, those are things which happened in my server side. I passed 12 from here. Here I got 12 and 144. Okay, and then what I got over here, I am passing it back to my client. The result in my client side, it is 144 and 154. This is how you do a two-way communication using a UDP datagram, packet, and socket. See, each time you send data, Whenever you send data, you should have these 4 arguments. You should tell the local host, tell the port, and everything. That is why you say it is connectionless. You have no connection. Each packet you send, look here I am sending a packet. I very clearly tell to where it should go. Okay, here also I am sending a packet. This packet also I should explicitly tell where it should go. This is what you mean by connectionless. You are not making a connection. Instead, in each and every packet you send across the network, you will tell to which machine, which port it has to travel. That is why you call it connectionless protocol. You do not make a connection. Without making a connection, you are sending the data by specifying in each packet where it should go.